touch on last season and how many returners we'll be seeing from that group.
Not a lot. We graduated our whole offensive line, our whole defensive line. So, I mean, we're going to be young. But at the skill spots is where we have most of the returners. You know, Keegan Fish is coming back, and I'm really excited what that kid can do. You know, Sam Carpenter's played a lot of football, and he's back. And Braden Langston has played a lot of football, and he's back. So, any in the skill spots, we're pretty much old people, but everywhere else, we're really young. So, we'll see what happens.
A lot of freshmen, sophomores, juniors. What exactly?
All of it. Yeah, you bet. We have 8 seniors, and everything else is underclassmen. So we're going to be young, but this group's coming to fight. We're starting to come together a little bit. When we figure out how to be a little bit more gritty, we might do some things. Who knows? We'll see.
How do you see those 8 seniors stepping up when it comes to being leaders for this very young squad?
This group has done a fantastic job leading. All 8 of them, they've been awesome. They kind of learned from last year's group what they need to do, and they've kind of elevated their leadership a little bit, and it kind of put more on their plate and really ran with it. It's been really phenomenal to see.
Out of the 4 wins last season, what did you really like out of those victories?
Well, I liked how we played defense in those 4 wins because 3 of them were shutouts, so that was big. I think we're not going to be able to shut everybody out. That's the thing. We're going to have to be able to score some points and, you know, kind of go a little bit more dynamic on offense this year, so I hope that helps. I think this scheme fits our kids a little bit better. But if we can score some points, I think defense will hold us into some games, and, you know, maybe we're on the other end of that. I felt like last year we were better than what 4 and 6 showed, and, you know, against Aurora in that playoff game, I think we weren't 51-10 worse than they were. You know what I mean? I just left a sour taste. It's really good to be back and try to get over that whole scenario.
I'm happy you brought that up because, yeah, I was assuming that probably left a little bit of a sour taste. These returners, what are they saying after that loss, and what do they want out of this year?
And that's where they've been taking it upon themselves to kind of grow and see and learn and take it upon themselves to try to get us back to that level we were at, that championship mentality. And it's hard when you got a bunch of young kids, but, man, they're doing a great job with it. We just got to get these young kids up to speed with how fast the game moves and what our expectations are. They're starting, as the summer has grown, you can see they're starting to get that mentality, that mindset that we've been preaching since the spring.
When it comes to what's clicking most so far this summer, what are you saying?
We're really good at skill areas. They're all smart and they play a lot of football. And, you know, if we can just figure out who we're going to have up front and have that dog mentality, that's where it's at. But as the summer's progressed, we have grown exponentially. I mean, when we first started June, I was like, oh no, this could be a long one. But, man, the way we're kind of building on things, and we're not full tilt here, so it's kind of misleading, but it's a learning experience, and we're getting plenty of reps, and the young kids are growing up fast today.
Who's your QB this season?
I don't know yet. What a great question. They're between Caden Evans and Noah Locke, they're kind of grinding it out to see who's going to take those snaps. We end up moving Tyson to receiver to utilize his skill set more and hopefully keep him on the field and not being injured all the time. That way he can be a contributor on both sides of the ball because, man, he is a really, really good defensive back. And I hate losing him on the defensive side. So we had talks all spring about, you know, if you want to play both ways, we're going to have to make a position change because I don't want the quarterback going both ways this year just because of the injury factor.
When it comes to these 2 QBs, do you see possibly utilizing both of them throughout the season, or are you going to stick to just one?
I'd like to stick with one because the other one will probably end up playing defense. So they're both phenomenal leaders. They're both phenomenal competitors. You know, Caden started on our baseball team as a freshman at shortstop. I mean, he's a gamer. Noah has been waiting for this moment. He played against Buffalo last year, and we won that game. So, I mean, there's a lot of experience between the two, you know, not necessarily varsity football experience, but competitive experience, you know what I mean? So I think whoever wins it, the other one will probably be on the defensive side of the ball.
Your second year as head coach,
Yes,
right? I know that you were the defensive coordinator prior, but, you know, stepping into this new role, what did you learn out of that first year?
That I think my biggest learning moment is that I can't do everything. You know, I have to rely on my staff more, and I have a great staff, and I've made a diligent, not diligent, purposeful. That's the word I'm looking for. Purposeful about throwing things out and giving more to more people. Like I elevated Blake Gromvold, the special teams coordinator, so he can run all that. You know, I got a new offense coordinator, and he's done a really good job. My O-line coach, I made assistant head coach to take some of the stuff off my plate, so I can work on the defense more. You know, and as I get more in this role, I learn more and more about what it takes. And I've always been a very detailed and organized person, but now I had to kick it up a notch. That was one of the other things that I learned with this.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No, I love Reed Spring. I love this team. I love these kids. I mean, they work hard, and if we keep getting better 1%, I think that we're gonna have a pretty solid season.